Hi there, are you struggling with your UK theory test? You've just found the right video. We've made it super simple for you, breaking down the most important questions, tricky road signs, and essential tips to help you pass first time. No confusing explanations, no wasted time, just exactly what you need to know. If you find this helpful, make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on the bell notifications so you never miss an update. If you want to feel 100% ready for your test, stay tuned, let's get started.
Watch this video clip carefully. Question 1. When are you allowed to wait on the yellow grid markings? A. Never. B. When you are going straight on. C. When you are turning left. D. When you are turning right. D. When you are turning right. The yellow grid markings are a box junction. They're used where stationary traffic is likely to block the junction. You must not enter a box junction unless your exit road is clear. You can enter the box and wait when you want to turn right, but oncoming traffic is preventing you turning. The right turn exit must be clear. Watch this video clip carefully. Question 2. Why did the lorry driver start turning so late? A. Because the lorry set off too fast. B. Because the lorry needs the room to turn. C. Because the driver was late checking their right mirror. D. Because the driver was making room for the cyclist. B. Because the lorry needs the room to turn. Large vehicles need more room than small vehicles to turn at a junction. Their position may seem wrong to you, but they often need more space to swing out to the right when turning left, and to the left when they're turning right. At junctions allow more room for large vehicles. Watch this video clip carefully. Question 3. When may you wait in the area marked with a cycle? A. When you've checked your mirrors for cyclists. B. When there are no cycles in the marked area. C. When you've turned on your hazard warning lights. D. When the traffic lights change to amber after you've passed the first line. D. When the traffic lights change to amber after you've passed the first line. At some traffic lights there are advanced stop lines, where cyclists can position themselves ahead of other traffic. When the lights change to amber or red, you should stop at the first white line. Stay out of the marked area, as this is for cyclists only. However, if you've crossed the first white line when the signal changes to red, you must stop at the second white line even if you're in the marked area. Allow cyclists plenty of time and space to move off when the lights change to green. Question 4. Why are these yellow lines painted across the road? A. To make you aware of your speed. B. To help you keep the correct separation distance. C. To tell you the distance to the roundabout. D. To help you choose the correct lane. A. To make you aware of your speed. These lines are often found on the approach to a roundabout or a dangerous junction. They give you extra warning to adjust your speed. Look well ahead and do this in good time. Question 5. What type of vehicle could you expect to meet in the middle of the road? A. Car. B. Bicycle. C. Lorry. D. Motorcycle. C. Lorry. The highest point of the bridge is in the center, so a large vehicle might have to move to the center of the road to have enough room to pass safely under the bridge.
Hi there, I hope this video is helpful for you. If it is, please subscribe and turn on notifications for more driving tips and tests. And don't forget to comment your score. Let's get back to the video.
Question 6. Where would you see this sign? A. On the rear of a school bus or coach. B. At playground areas. C. At the side of the road. D. In the window of a car taking children to school. A. On the rear of a school bus or coach. Vehicles that are used to carry children to and from school will be traveling at busy times of the day. If you're following a vehicle with this sign, be prepared for it to make frequent stops. It might pick up or set down passengers in places other than normal bus stops. Question 7. Which vehicles should use the left-hand lane on a 3-lane motorway? A. Emergency vehicles only. B. Slow vehicles only. C. Any vehicle that isn't overtaking. D. Large vehicles only. C. Any vehicle that isn't overtaking. On a motorway, all traffic should use the left-hand lane unless overtaking. When overtaking a number of slower vehicles, move back to the left-hand lane when you're safely passed. Check your mirrors frequently and don't stay in the middle or right-hand lane if the left-hand lane is free. Question 8. Your vehicle breaks down on a motorway and you need to call for help. Why might it be better to use an emergency roadside telephone rather than a mobile phone? A. It connects you to a local garage. B. It allows easy location by the emergency services. C. Using a mobile phone will distract other drivers. D. Mobile phones don't work on motorways. B. It allows easy location by the emergency services. On a motorway, it's best to use a roadside emergency telephone so that the emergency services are able to find you easily. The location of the nearest telephone is shown by an arrow on marker posts at the edge of the hard shoulder. If you use a mobile, find out the number on the nearest marker post before you call. This number will let the operator know where you are and in which direction you're traveling. Question 9. When should you use the right-hand lane of a 3-lane dual carriageway? A. When you're overtaking only. B. When you're overtaking or turning right. C. When you're using cruise control. D. When you're turning right only. B. When you're overtaking or turning right. You should normally use the left-hand lane on any dual carriageway unless you're overtaking or turning right. When overtaking on a dual carriageway, look for vehicles ahead that are turning right. They may be slowing or stopped. You need to see them in good time so that you can take appropriate action. Question 11. Who is authorized to signal you to stop? A. Overtaking isn't allowed. B. Only on the left-hand side. C. On either the right or the left. D. Only on the right-hand side. C. On either the right or the left. You must obey signals to stop given by police and traffic officers, traffic wardens and school crossing patrols. Failure to do so is an offense and could lead to prosecution. Question 11. Who is authorized to signal you to stop? A. A bus driver. B. A motorcyclist. C. A police officer. D. A pedestrian. C. A police officer. You must obey signals to stop given by police and traffic officers, traffic wardens and school crossing patrols. Failure to do so is an offense and could lead to prosecution. Question 12. Which type of sign tells you what you must not do? B. Signs in the shape of a circle give orders. A sign with a red circle means that you aren't allowed to do something. Study Know Your traffic signs to ensure that you understand what the different traffic signs mean. Question 13. What does this sign mean? A. Clearway, no stopping. B. Cars and motorcycles only. C. No motor vehicles. D. No overtaking. C. No motor vehicles. A sign will indicate which types of vehicles are prohibited from certain roads. Make sure that you know which signs apply to the vehicle you're using. Question 14. Where would you see a contraflow bus lane? A. On a one-way street. B. On an urban motorway. C. On a dual carriageway. D. On a roundabout. A. On a one-way street. The traffic permitted to use a contraflow lane travels in the opposite direction to traffic in the other lanes on the road. Question 15. What does this traffic sign mean? A. Slippery road ahead. B. Danger ahead. C. Tires liable to punctures ahead. D. Service area ahead. B. Danger ahead. This sign is there to alert you to the likelihood of danger ahead. It may be accompanied by a plate indicating the type of hazard. Be ready to reduce your speed and take avoiding action.
Hi there, I hope this video is helpful for you. If it is, please subscribe and turn on notifications for more driving tips and tests. And don't forget to comment your score. Let's get back to the video.
Question 16. What does this sign mean? A. Change to the left-hand lane. B. One-way street. C. Leave at the next exit. D. Contraflow system. D. Contraflow system. If you use the right-hand lane in a contraflow system, you'll be traveling with no permanent barrier between you and the oncoming traffic. Observe speed limits and keep a good distance from the vehicle ahead. Question 17. At traffic lights, what does it mean when the amber light shows on its own? A. Go if the way is clear. B. Stop at the stop line. C. Prepare to go. D. Go if no pedestrians are crossing. B. Stop at the stop line. When the amber light is showing on its own, the red light will follow next. The amber light means stop, unless you've already crossed the stop line or you're so close to it that stopping may cause a collision. Question 18. What does this road marking mean? A. You're approaching a hazard. B. No overtaking allowed. C. Don't cross the line. D. No stopping allowed. A. You're approaching a hazard. A single broken line along the center of the road, with long markings and short gaps, is a hazard warning line. Don't cross it unless you can see that the road is clear well ahead. Question 19. How will a police officer in a patrol vehicle signal for you to stop? A. Flash the headlights, indicate left and point to the left. B. Use the siren, overtake, cut in front and stop. C. Pull alongside you, use the siren and wave you to stop. D. Overtake and give a slowing down arm signal. A. Flash the headlights, indicate left and point to the left. You must obey signals given by the police. If a police officer in a patrol vehicle wants you to pull over, they'll indicate this without causing danger to you or other traffic. Question 20. Where can you find reflective amber studs on a motorway? A. On the left-hand edge of the road. B. Separating the lanes. C. On the right-hand edge of the road. D. Separating the slip road from the motorway. C. On the right-hand edge of the road. At night or in poor visibility, reflective studs on the road help you to judge your position on the carriageway. Question 21. What does this sign mean? A. End of motorway. B. Free recovery ends. C. End of restriction. D. Lane ends ahead. C. End of restriction. Temporary restrictions on motorways are shown on signs that are flashing amber lights. At the end of the restriction, you'll see this sign without any flashing lights. Question 22. When should tire pressures be checked? A. After traveling at high speed. B. When tires are cold. C. When tires are hot. D. After any lengthy journey. B. When tires are cold. Check the tire pressures when the tires are cold. This will give you a more accurate reading. The heat generated on a long journey will raise the pressure inside the tire. Question 23. How should you dispose of a used vehicle battery? A. Take it to a local authority disposal site. B. Bury it in your garden. C. Leave it on wasteland. D. Put it in the dustbin. A. Take it to a local authority disposal site. Batteries contain acid, which is hazardous, and they must be disposed of safely. This means taking them to an appropriate disposal site. Question 24. What's most likely to increase fuel consumption? A. Poor steering control. B. Accelerating around bends. C. Staying in high gears. D. Harsh braking and accelerating. D. Harsh braking and accelerating. Accelerating and braking gently and smoothly will help to save fuel and reduce wear on your vehicle. This makes it better for the environment too. Question 25. You're approaching a crossroads. What should you do if the traffic lights have failed? A. Brake sharply to a stop before looking. B. Be prepared to stop for any traffic. C. Be prepared to brake sharply to a stop. D. Brake and stop only for large vehicles. B. Be prepared to stop for any traffic. When approaching a junction where the traffic lights have failed, you should proceed with caution. Treat the situation as an unmarked junction and be prepared to stop.
Hi there, I hope this video is helpful for you. If it is, please subscribe and turn on notifications for more driving tips and tests. And don't forget to comment your score. Let's get back to the video.
Question 26. You're in a line of traffic. What action should you take if the driver behind is following very closely? A. Move over to a position just left of the center line of the road. B. Ignore the driver behind and continue to travel within the speed limit. C. Signal left and wave the driver behind to come past. D. Slow down, gradually increasing the gap between you and the vehicle in front. D. Slow down, gradually increasing the gap between you and the vehicle in front. If the driver behind is following too closely, there's a danger they'll collide with the back of your vehicle if you stop suddenly. You can reduce this risk by slowing down and increasing the safety margin in front of you. This reduces the chance that you'll have to stop suddenly and allows you to spread your braking over a greater distance. This is an example of defensive driving. Question 27. What hazard should you be aware of when traveling along this street? A. Large goods vehicles. B. Glare from the sun. C. Lack of road markings. D. Children running out between vehicles. D. Children running out between vehicles. On roads where there are many parked vehicles, you might not be able to see children between parked cars and they may run out into the road without looking. Question 28. Which vehicles are prohibited from using the motorway? A. Powered mobility scooters. B. Cars with automatic transmission. C. Double-deck buses. D. Motorcycles over 50 cc. A. Powered mobility scooters. Motorways mustn't be used by pedestrians, cyclists, motorcycles under 50 cc, certain slow-moving vehicles without permission, and powered wheelchairs/mobility scooters. Question 29. You see this amber traffic light ahead. Which light or lights will come on next? A. Green and amber together. B. Red and amber together. C. Green alone. D. Red alone. D. Red alone. At junctions controlled by traffic lights, you must stop behind the white line until the lights change to green. A red light, an amber light, and red and amber lights showing together all mean stop. You may proceed when the light is green unless your exit road is blocked or pedestrians are crossing in front of you. If you're approaching traffic lights that are visible from a distance and the light has been green for some time, be ready to slow down and stop, because the lights are likely to change. Question 30. What does this sign mean? A. Low bridge. B. Hump bridge. C. Uneven road. D. Traffic calming hump. B. Hump bridge. You'll need to slow down. At hump bridges, your view ahead will be restricted and the road will often be narrow. If the bridge is very steep, sound your horn to warn others of your approach. Going over the bridge too fast is highly dangerous to other road users and could even cause your wheels to leave the road, with a resulting loss of control. Question 31. What does this sign mean? A. Direction to park and ride car park. B. Direction to bus and coach park. C. Parking area for cars and coaches. D. No parking for buses or coaches. A. Direction to park and ride car park. To ease the congestion in town centers, some cities and towns provide park and ride schemes. These allow you to park in a designated area and ride by bus into the center. Park and ride schemes are usually cheaper and easier than car parking in the town center. Question 32. Why should you test your brakes after this hazard? A. You'll have just crossed a long bridge. B. Your brakes will be wet. C. You'll be going down a long hill. D. You'll be on a slippery road. B. Your brakes will be wet. Ford is a crossing over a stream that's shallow enough to drive or ride through. After you've gone through a ford or deep puddle, your brakes will be wet and they won't work as well as usual. To dry them out, apply a light brake pressure while moving slowly. Don't travel at normal speeds until you're sure your brakes are working properly again. Question 33. You're traveling on a motorway in England. When must you stop your vehicle? A. When signaled to stop by a driver who has broken down. B. When signaled to stop by a roadworks supervisor. C. When signaled to stop by a traffic officer. D. When signaled to stop by a pedestrian on the hard shoulder. C. When signaled to stop by a traffic officer. You'll find traffic officers on motorways and some primary routes in England and Wales. They work in partnership with the police, helping to keep traffic moving and helping to make your journey as safe as possible. It's an offence not to comply with the directions given by a traffic officer. Question 34. Who may use toucan crossings? A. Motorcyclists and cyclists. B. Cyclists and pedestrians. C. Motorcyclists and pedestrians. D. Only cyclists. B. Cyclists and pedestrians. There are some crossings where cycle routes lead cyclists to cross at the same place as pedestrians. These are called toucan crossings. Always look out for cyclists, as they're likely to be approaching faster than pedestrians. Question 35. Which sign means there will be two-way traffic crossing your route ahead? C. This sign is found in or at the end of a one-way system. It warns you that traffic will be crossing your path from both directions.
Hi there, I hope this video is helpful for you. If it is, please subscribe and turn on notifications for more driving tips and tests. And don't forget to comment your score. Let's get back to the video.
Question 36. Which sign means turn left ahead? D. Blue circles tell you what you must do, and this sign gives a clear instruction to turn left ahead. You should be looking out for signs at all times and know what they mean. Question 37. At an incident, a casualty is unconscious but breathing. When should you move them? A. When bystanders tell you to move them. B. When bystanders offer to help you. C. When an ambulance is on its way. D. when there's a risk of further danger. D. When there's a risk of further danger. Don't move a casualty unless there's further danger, for example, from other traffic or fire. They may have unseen or internal injuries. Moving them unnecessarily could cause further injury. Don't remove a motorcyclist's helmet unless it's essential. Question 38. What does it mean if this light comes on while you're driving? A. The engine oil is low. B. A rear light has failed. C. Your seat belt isn't fastened. D. A fault in the braking system. D. A fault in the braking system. If this light comes on, you should have the brake system checked immediately. A faulty braking system could have dangerous consequences. Question 39. You're about to start a journey in freezing weather. What part of your vehicle should you clear of ice and snow? A. The bumper. B. The boot. C. The windows. D. The aerial. C. The windows. Driving in bad weather increases your risk of having a collision. If you absolutely have to travel, clear your lights, mirrors, number plates and windows of any snow or ice, so that you can see and be seen. Question 40. You're driving in fog. Why should you keep well back from the vehicle in front? A. In case its brake lights dazzle you. B. In case it stops suddenly. C. In case it changes direction suddenly. D. In case its fog lights dazzle you. B. In case it stops suddenly. If you're following another road user in fog, stay well back. The driver in front won't be able to see hazards until they're close and might need to brake suddenly. Also, the road surface is likely to be wet and could be slippery. Question 41. When should you use the left-hand lane of a motorway? A. When the road ahead is clear. B. When your vehicle breaks down. C. When you're making a phone call. D. When you're overtaking slower traffic in the other lanes. A. When the road ahead is clear. You should drive in the left-hand lane whenever possible. Only use the other lanes for overtaking or when directed to do so by signals. Using other lanes when the left-hand lane is empty can frustrate drivers behind you. Question 42. You're driving a vehicle that has anti-lock brakes. How should you apply the foot brake when you need to stop in an emergency? A. Rapidly and gently. B. Rapidly and firmly. C. Slowly and gently. D. Slowly but firmly. B. Rapidly and firmly. You may have to stop in an emergency due to a misjudgment by another driver or a hazard arising suddenly, such as a child running out into the road. If your vehicle has anti-lock brakes, you should apply the brakes immediately and keep them firmly applied until you stop. Question 43. Why should you switch off your rear fog lights when the fog has cleared? A. To stop the engine losing power. B. To stop draining the battery. C. To allow your headlights to work. D. To prevent dazzling drivers behind. D. To prevent dazzling drivers behind. Don't forget to switch off your fog lights when the weather improves. You could be prosecuted for driving with them on in good visibility. The high intensity of rear fog lights can dazzle drivers behind and make your brake lights difficult to notice. Question 44. You're driving on a wet road. What should you do if you have to stop your vehicle in an emergency? A. Apply the parking brake and foot brake together. B. Keep both hands on the steering wheel. C. Select reverse gear. D. Give an arm signal. B. Keep both hands on the steering wheel. As you drive, look well ahead and all around so that you're ready for any hazards that might develop. If you have to stop in an emergency, react as soon as you can while keeping control of the vehicle. Keep both hands on the steering wheel so you can control the vehicle's direction of travel. Question 45. What's the safest thing to do if you have to leave valuables in your car? A. Park near a school entrance. B. Lock them out of sight. C. Park near a bus stop. D. Put them in a carrier bag. B. Lock them out of sight. If you have to leave valuables in your car, lock them out of sight. This is the best way to deter an opportunist thief.
Hi there, I hope this video is helpful for you. If it is, please subscribe and turn on notifications for more driving tips and tests. And don't forget to comment your score. Let's get back to the video.
Question 46. You're approaching a zebra crossing. What should you do if pedestrians are waiting to cross? A. Use your headlights to indicate they can cross. B. Wave at them to cross the road. C. Give way to older and infirm people only. D. Slow down and prepare to stop. D. Slow down and prepare to stop. As you approach a zebra crossing, look for pedestrians waiting to cross. Where you can see them, slow down and prepare to stop. Be especially careful of children and older people, who may have difficulty judging when it's safe to cross. Question 47. You need glasses to read a vehicle number plate at the required distance. When must you wear them? A. Only at night time. B. Whenever you're driving. C. When you think it's necessary. D. Only in bad weather conditions. B. Whenever you're driving. Have your eyesight tested before you start your practical training. Then, throughout your driving life, have checks periodically, as your vision may change. Question 48. When may you stop on an urban clearway? A. To ask for directions. B. To use a mobile telephone. C. To set down and pick up passengers. D. To load or unload goods. C. To set down and pick up passengers. Urban clearways have their times of operation clearly signed. You may only stop to pick up or set down passengers. Question 49. When do windscreen pillars cause a serious obstruction to your view? A. When you're approaching bends and junctions. B. When you're approaching a one-way street. C. When you're driving on a motorway. D. When you're driving on a dual carriageway. A. When you're approaching bends and junctions. Windscreen pillars can obstruct your view, particularly at bends and junctions. Look out for other road users, especially cyclists, motorcyclists and pedestrians who can easily be overlooked. Question 50. The road outside this school is marked with yellow zigzag lines. What do these lines mean? A. You may park on the lines when picking up schoolchildren. B. You may park on the lines when dropping off schoolchildren. C. You must stay with your vehicle if you park here. D. You shouldn't wait or park your vehicle here. D. You shouldn't wait or park your vehicle here. Parking here would block other road users' view of the school entrance and would endanger the lives of children on their way to and from school.